Hey, I'm Jat T. Jones, and welcome to your mini course, The Master Map of Success with Women. The reason why you're watching my videos and other videos is because you are somehow stuck with women. There's some piece that you're missing, and you don't know what that piece is, and you're looking for that piece. And either consciously or unconsciously, you know that once you find that piece that you're missing, you know that you will then become successful with women. So what is the master map of success with women, and why should you care? The master map of success with women is a 15-step specific roadmap that outlines the exact 15 ingredients you need in order to get unstuck with women and start getting results with women. So we can liken these 15 principles to ingredients of a cake. If you're trying to bake a cake, but you leave some of the ingredients out, the outcome is that you don't have a cake. If you're missing the flour, you can't have the cake. If you're missing the milk, you can't have the cake. If you're missing the bread, the eggs, you can't bake the cake. In order to get a cake, okay, which is the result, you need to have the proper ingredients. And so the master map of success with women is like a recipe for success. My promise, my guarantee to you is that once you discover the 15 principles and then apply all 15 principles at the same time, you are guaranteed to get results with women. So welcome to this mini course. Let's get started on the principles. Okay, so before we get into the specific principles, I first have to explain a concept to you. And this concept is going to be foundational for the rest of this course. So it's important that you don't skip this. If you skip this, the rest isn't going to make sense. So the first concept you need to understand is that success is emergent. Success is emergent. So what does that mean? That means that before a man can find success in his life or with women, he has to have certain things in place first. So my favorite analogy is that of a seed. In order for a seed to grow into a plant and then eventually into, let's say, an apple tree, well, it needs a very specific conditions and very specific things to happen. So I just wrote some stuff down on my phone. So number one, it needs the right soil. If you put the seed in the wrong soil, it's not going to grow. If you put it in dead sand, it's not going to grow. It needs water or moisture. It needs light. It needs the right temperature. It needs oxygen. It needs a secure environment. If you put the seed in a hostile environment and then a bird comes down and eats the seed's gone, you know? It needs time. If you plant the seed and then, dig it up a week later, maybe it didn't have time to grow. It needs space. If you plant, let's say you're trying to grow a tree and you plant it in a tiny little pot, well, it needs space. And if it can't break out of that pot, it will also die. So it needs very specific conditions before it can grow. So when we say success is emergent, what we mean is that before you can be successful with women, a specific number of things need to be in place all at the same time before you're going to be able to really get unstuck and get this woman thing handled. And the reason why you're stuck right now is because you're missing parts of this emergent equation. So if the emergent equation for a seed is water, heat, oxygen, space, soil, the right environment, etc. If these, let's just for simplicity's sake, let's say a seed requires these 7 properties before it can emerge as a plant, before success can emerge. Well, then what happens if we have all 7 of these, but then we take away one? We take away just water. Is the seed going to survive without water? No, it's going to die. Let's say we keep the water, but we take away the soil. Is the seed going to survive? Some seeds, yes, but for simplicity's sake, let's say we're growing a tree. No, it needs water as well. So if we take away, let's say we keep the soil and we keep the water, but then we take away the heat and it's freezing. What's going to happen? It's going to freeze. If you plant the seed in the North Pole in the middle of an iceberg, it's not going to grow. So you see that just taking away just one ingredient can take away the success which emerges which is necessary basically. So the reason why you're stuck with women is because you're missing one of these emergent properties. And the master map of success with women includes the 15 properties, the 15 ingredients you need in order for you to emerge successful with women. So I want you to think of yourself like a seed, and you're putting together the pieces. Maybe you have the environment, maybe you have your looks, maybe you have your confidence, but you're putting the pieces together, but you're missing some pieces. And that's why the seed is not emerging, the seed is not sprouting. It's because you're missing some ingredients. But once you have the master map of success and the 15 principles and you apply them all at the same time, then your success will emerge, and it's guaranteed, just as a seed is guaranteed to emerge and grow if you give it the proper temperature, water, oxygen, space, and care, and safe environment, etc. All right? So the first principle, the first law, the first concept that you need to understand is that success is emergent. So the rest of the master map of success is the emergent formula that you need to apply in your life in order to succeed with women. So that's it for this video. Depending on when you're watching this, the next video will be released tomorrow, which will be principle number 1 of the master map of success with women. Otherwise, if you're watching this a bit later, then just click on the next video, probably titled something like the master map of success with women part 2, okay, or principle 1. Thanks for watching. Take care.